Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm so glad that you are joining us. We look forward to celebrating Shabbat with you. We'll join together with the words of Shalom Aleichem.
So if you're following along in your Siddur, this is on page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch HaShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Rabbi Prosnit, you're muted.
There's a game, actually, that you play bingo when you're on Zoom. How many times, or it could be an over-under. You can bet how many times does someone say, oh, you're on mute. So that's the first time. Let's see if I'm going to give us 3. So you could bet over-under that for services today. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We are so glad that we get to celebrate Shabbat. You can write in the chat box and say Shabbat Shalom to our community. Say who is here celebrating Shabbat with us. Though we are not physically together in one space, I know that we are emotionally together, that we are spiritually together, and that we are ready for this Shabbat to begin. I share a reading from the liturgist Alan Solovey. Shabbat is the place. Shabbat is the place where time and space meet, without questioning how the beginning began or how the ending ends. Shabbat is the place where song and silence meet, blessing each other with the gift of rest. Shabbat is the place where dreams and angels meet, yearning together for a world of peace and health. Shabbat is the place where holiness and eternity meet, praying together for the world to come. Shabbat is this place, on Zoom, in your home, with your loved ones, by yourself. No matter the place you are, Shabbat is for us. Shabbat is a place for us to remember the week, to connect with ourselves, our loved ones, and with God. We continue on page 130 with L'chu Naranana.
L'chu Naranana Adonai, Nariha L'tzur Yishenu, Nekadma Fanav B'Tadar, B'Zirot Narihalo. L'chu Naranana Adonai, le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Adonai will give strength to the people. Adonai will bless the people with peace. Adonai Oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo. Adonai Oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo.
We continue our service with the words of Lecha Dodi. They can be found in your Mishkan Tefillah on page 138. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. On the final verse, I invite you to rise, face any door, open any window, wave to your neighbor, wish them a Shabbat Shalom, walking by as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Tekavena. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Tekavena. Shama B'safu B'nei Shabbat, Ishnianu. בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
Please be seated. If you, before we light our Shabbat candles and taste the sweetness of our Shabbat wine, we invite anyone who celebrated something this past week to write it in the chat box. If we were together in our sanctuary, we would share good things, birthdays or anniversaries, maybe a new grandchild. So if you celebrated something this past week, we'd love for our Temple Emanu-El community to know what you celebrated. If you had a Passover birthday, we apologize in advance, or in the past, I guess, for having some different cake. But please share with us as we get ready to kindle our Shabbat lights.
I was looking for my prop master, but good news, I don't need any. So if you have Shabbat candles with you in your home, we invite you to please light them, and together we'll sing the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
Continue with Kiddush on page 123. I invite you to rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon yinchilanu zikaron למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. L'chaim. And before we continue, just a quick from our chat, happy birthday, Linnell Katz, wishing you a very happy birthday, and happy birthday to Jeff Paris. And, oh, very exciting, Asher will be coming out of his room after 18 days. Oh, what a wonderful, awesome news. That's fabulous. So I hope you have a wonderful...
on this Shabbat.
You got it. You got it.
We continue our service with the Baruch Hu, page 146.
turns day, day turns to night.
We continue with the words of Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vayed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Emet, there is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness, there is your word. Emet, the pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flames, stir the soul's passion, guide our sacred way. True and enduring is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses and Miriam and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la la,
We turn to a prayer for shelter shelter of our own physical structure, shelter of our own health, shelter asking for God to watch over all of us.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, l'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. So our next prayer is Yismechu, and on Saturday mornings when we sing this, and I I'm going over the service with our B'nai Mitzvah students, I always tell them that this is a happy clappy kind of song, which means it's all about the joy of Shabbat. So for the kid who has a hard time looking excited or even looking awake, that they can remember to enjoy Shabbat. But I don't want to look at the first line of this. I want to look at the last line. Zecher lema'aseh v'reshit. So it's talking about how we make Shabbat holy because God made Shabbat holy, drawing our attention to the work of creation. And, this is our perspective in the last few weeks has really changed dramatically. Just our view of the world has changed. And so, but there are so many ways, especially in this season of springtime, that we can draw our attention to the work of creation. And so in our chat, I invite you to share your thoughts. What of creation is drawing your attention? What out there is drawing your attention to the beauty of this world? So we're gonna sing together, and remember, it's happy clappy time, so you gotta clap along and look like you're enjoying it. The only person I can see is Rabbi Prosnit, so I got my eye on you. Shabbat, Thank you,
We had some
Bernard.
clapping in the chat box, as well as seeing creation, seeing the light and green shades all around us. Yes, there's definitely this feeling of spring that is sprouting, as well as the Cohens continue to be inspired daily by the beauty of the flora and fauna of Florida. And at night, the multitude of stars rarely visible in New Jersey. We hope you are safe down in Florida as well. There's a lot of creation that I have seen, creation of new friendships actually across the street with our neighbors, right? Perhaps not someone that we've always spoken to, but creating sparks between each other. That has been created during this time.
I noticed that when I wake up, the light is different in the morning. And it's the kind of thing I wouldn't necessarily notice because I'm out, you're out the door in 10, 15 minutes, you're doing your morning routine. But, I get my coffee in the morning and I notice that it's just the quality of the light is different. It's brighter, it's clearer. And it's something I would have noticed anyway, so.
Yeah. We continue with the Amidah. Please rise.
Page 164 in your Mishkan Tefillah. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'konei Hakol V'zocher Chastei Avot ve'imahot Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo be'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye Hakol Atarav Le'oshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofech Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishaynei Afar Micha Mocha Ba'al Givurot Umido melech, melech meimit u'mechaye, u'matzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol, Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahallelu chasela. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. We turn to a prayer of our own hearts, a prayer of our spirits, a prayer to connect with our loved ones, a prayer to connect with God, and we'll join back together.
Ose shalom, shalom bimrama, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imenu amen. Ose shalom, shalom bimrama, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imenu amen. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, amen. Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael, amen.
In our chat box, Brett Harris wrote that during her silent prayer, she asked that this Shabbat restore our strength and renew our hope. That is a prayer that I have been thinking about a lot. I send my prayers of strength to those on the front lines of this pandemic, those doctors and health professionals that are by the sides of patients, the scientists who are looking for a cure for this disease, the people that are working to fill our grocery store shelves, essential workers making sure that our transportation is running, our police, firefighters, and EMTs. I send them strength. And if you are thinking of a loved one who is on the front lines of this pandemic, I invite you to share their names in the chat as we send them strength and we ask God to protect them and provide them the strength to get through this, the knowledge to get through this, the wisdom to get through this as well. And also, our thoughts turn to those who are facing illness of COVID-19, but also illness of others, of other diseases, of other spiritual illnesses, of other mental health illnesses as well. And so our community thinks of these individuals: Zalman Bendina, Gabby Kraft-Buckman, Jeffrey Carlin, Aaron Taylor, Susan Robb, Linda Rabino, Arlene Furman, David Bregman, Rabbi Rob Nessenchuk, Neil Silverman, Deborah Linder, Susan Klein, Linda Fleischer, Don Hirsch, Ruth Bat Yosef Umiriam, Marian Ostroff, Sharon Neese, Pearl Weitzman, Summer Kurder, Rosalie Rapvogel, Phil Toscano, Lenny Silverman, Mason Rockmore, Emily Tucker, Jeffrey Canterman, Mike Condone, Jennifer Lovett, Erwin Rockwin, Bernie Weinstein, Larry Maslow, Perry Shellman, Luke Chang, Barry Sakowitz, Mark Plowker, Cindy Plowker, Rochelle Spurgel, Martin Spurgel, Mike Bloomfeld, Richard Retblatt, Samsai Billamy, Clyde Brown, Marcia Brown, Joseph Silver, Judith Marks, Gary Reamer, Meir Giddle, Marissa Fisher, Kalman Shlomo Ben Miriam. If you are thinking of someone, I invite you to write their names in the chat box for Misha Berach of Healing as Kana Rupo sings with us.
Misha Berach, Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Uyevarach, Yirachah, et Hachorim,
Thanks to Stephen Wasser, Randy Tapland, Carol Gumpert, Sherry Frawley, McKenna Huntley, Clifford Goldman, Stephen Daly, Phyllis Newhan, Jeffrey Barry, Cliff Boutwin, Nancy Van Ness, Susan Greer, Carolyn Staton, Cliff Boughton, Alan Glass, Robert Reese, Karina Jacobs, Eric Morgenstein, Allison Tischler, Harvey Schneier, Kim Blackwell, Yoselin Mingo, and Sheila Cullen. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. So is really hard. 5 weeks in, and it seems like I'm hitting a wall. I'm sure many of you are feeling the same way. We have prepared and observed Passover. We have launched Zoom classrooms with our children and attended countless Zoom meetings. We have rearranged our homes to accommodate our new work from home realities. We have called friends and tried to stay in close touch with our families. Our eyes have grown tired from the blue screens we sit in front of daily. We are wishing for different scenery, places to hike, sports to watch and play. We are missing being with our loved ones for celebrations and being able to give a hug to comfort people in times of need and to get that hug in return. And admittedly, we're craving some of our luxuries. I hope you like my quarantine beard. I'm missing my barber, our manicurist, our colorist, and our cleaners. And the reality is that this may have been some of the hardest 5 weeks of our lives. And the truth is, we don't know how much longer this will last. Lives have been lost, sacrifices have been made, and while we recognize how lucky we are, we also feel lost, lonely, and in search of community. None of this is easy. But as I look at this week's Torah portion, I find some comfort that the sacrifices we have made and will continue to make in the coming weeks are for the greater good of the community. In Shmini, in the book of Leviticus, Aaron's sons, Nadav and Avihu, bring a sacrifice of alien fire to God. But instead of the sacrificial fire being accepted, the fire instead consumes Nadav and Avihu. Why was Nadav and Avihu's sacrifice rejected? Commentators say it was because they sacrificed for the individual good. Nadav and Avihu did not seek an experience for the collective. Rather, they are driven to seek God alone, each man for himself. The fire pans were the perfect size for an individual, while the altar was set up to include the entirety of the people. Nadav and Avihu's offering pans stood alone. Tonight, we join together from our own homes, separate, each. Yet unlike Nadav and Avihu, we are making these sacrifices for the common good. We have isolated ourselves to make sure that the greater Am, the people, are protected, that our hospitals are not overwhelmed, that the essential workers in our midst have the necessary gear and space to safely do their jobs, that our most vulnerable members are spared from illness. We strive to be in community. Yet, what we are doing now is trying to balance what Nadav and Avihu could not. The dance between Ish and Am. By isolating ourselves, we are helping to create a community where we can get back to the new normal more quickly, where we can honor the lives of our friends, families, and strangers by limiting the spread of COVID-19. We isolate ourselves so we can sit with each other and share smiles, comfort those who are grieving, share Shabbat in person, a Shabbat in which I hope is there in the very near future. May this be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. Our service continues with a prayer for our country. Please read with me. Our guardian of life and liberty, May our nation always merit your protection by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. And together we say, Amen. A prayer for the state of Israel. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And together we say, Amen. And I invite you to rise. We are currently in the Jewish calendar of counting the Omer. We count from the Passover until Shavuot, and I invite you to join with me. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, mitzivanu al sefirat ha'omer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom tisha yamim shehem, shavua echad, ushnei yamim le'omer. Today is 9 days, which is 1 week, and 2 days of the Omer. We conclude our service this evening with a chanting of Aleinu, page 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegar aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. At this time in our service, our thoughts turn to those who have died in this season and years past. We recall loved ones of our community who have died in the last 30 days. Anita Berry, mother of Ben Berry, Monroe Brody, husband of Millicent Brody, Vicki Rubenstein, wife of Melvin Rubenstein, Diane Saunders, mother of Rob Saunders, Zion Goslin, father of Sabrina Kellner, Maxine Judd, Larry Schwartz, father of Jerry Schwartz, Alan Sheffron, father of Lori LaMonica, Cheryl Astronau, daughter-in-law of Cheryl Cohen, Stanley Sporkin, father of Elizabeth Sporkin, Roberta Oberman, mother of Donna Merrer, Roberta Bloom, mother of Terry Bloom and Stephen Bloom, Linda Simon, mother of Jason Simon, Esther Silver, mother of Tammy Rader, Stuart Sonnenberg, father of Pamela Fetterbush. We also recall loved ones who have died but not yet been buried. Eileen Klass, mother of Rick Klass. We also remember the yahrzeit, the anniversary of our loved ones' deaths. Belle Allen, Andrew Becker, Elaine Berg, Esther Bergman, Harold Berman, Lee Berman, Lisa Billman, Hyman Brick, Esther Chiger, B. Dickstein, Naomi Diener, Saul Diener, Aaron Fairman, Minnie Foreman, Alvin Freeland, Rosalind Gersten, Florence Glassel, Robert Godfrey, Arthur Greenstein, Ethel Hellman, Donald Hoffman, Milton Hoffman, Isidore Horner, Michael Kahn, Bruce Caravan, Louis Kessler, Pearl Kaufman, Lillian Costa, Seymour Lamp, Faye Lasky, Abram Layton, Sidney Lippi, Paul Meisel, Rita Molishchuk, Anita Monik, Harvey Newman, Philip Ock, Esta Peenan, Myra Peterson, Selma Rubin, Alice Saltz, Florence Sandler, Claire Schneider, Richard Schnell, Yetta Bregman Spinner, Louis Staub, Miriam Stern, Maury Telcher, Leo Turtletaub, Wilfred Weil, Saul Wellen, Marvin Wiener, and Edwin Yanowitz. We also remember those who have been listed in our chat this evening. And together as one community, we rise for the words of Mortis Kaddish. Yikada v'yikadash shemei rabba, v'yalma divarach rutei v'amlik malchutei, v'chayecho nivyomecho v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mivarach le'olam amei amaya, yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudasha b'richu, le'elam mikol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiram v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Osei shalom b'mamav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and all who mourn, and comfort the bereaved, as together we say, amen. Please be seated. A few closing announcements before our closing song this evening. First, a special thank you to Canada Rubel's husband, Michael, for helping us with our technology and flipping on cue. We really appreciate your help with this. Also special.
He can't actually hear you, but you're getting a shout out.
All right, awesome. You can tell him that you said it.
Yeah, exactly.
We also thank you to Jackie Gruscott, who has worked tirelessly on all of our technology for this. A couple upcoming events this afternoon, or this at noon. We had a great event with Congressman Malinowski, sharing us an update from Congress about COVID-19. This coming Monday with Rabbi Kroloff, we will be hearing a local perspective on COVID-19 with Mayor Shelley Brindle. And in a couple of weeks, we'll be joined by Assemblyman Bramnick to share with us on a New Jersey state level what is happening in government. So we hope that you could join us throughout those moments. On Monday at 8 o'clock, we will join for Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day. 3 of our congregates will share their stories from their families of survival. And we will sing and we will read and mark this moment. And next Thursday at 7:30, we hope that you join us with Rabbi Mary Zamor, who will teach about hoarding toilet paper and what does Judaism say about that. We have some other upcoming events. Check out our website, which is always updated. And so we thank you for joining us this Shabbat. I have a special guest that's going to join us for our final song as well.
Awesome. Are we doing the thing that we said after? Remember?
Oh yeah, well, sure, why not?
Yeah, so I did. Sorry to be evasive there, but so I know we've noticed that's one of the things that people have mentioned that they miss the most is our Oneg Shabbat. So what we're gonna do is after we sing our final song, we're gonna basically promote everyone to be able to see each other, and it may just be a total crazy mess, but you know what? That's okay. We love it's our crazy mess, and we love it. So
promote people when we're singing. Why not, right?
Yeah, as long, well, if people need the words, I don't whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the only thing is I'm noticing now I really botched these numbers. So we're going to start with turning and then loving and then healing. And then we're not going to go into the other one. So I invite you to please join us. Let us sing this song for the turning of the world. Even just make up letters, doesn't matter. Let's sing it again. We're gonna sing for loving. Let us sing this song for the loving of the world, that we may love as with every voice, with every song. Oh, we will move this world along. With every voice, with every song, we will move this world along. And our lives will feel the echo of our healing. And our lives will feel the echo of our loving. And our lives will feel the echo of our turning.
Shalom, everyone. We're going to unshare our screens, and you can share wave or an oneg.
Hey, everybody!
Nice to see everyone join us. We are so glad. Over 80 households join us for Shabbat, and so we're glad that you can join us. Hope that everyone is safe and healthy. Nice to see all your faces.
Yeah.
We can talk to each other, grab a drink.
We're gonna leave this open for 10 minutes or so.
We're so glad that you're here.
Go for it.
Hello.
Who brought the
Everybody.
cake? Where's the cake?
We're so glad that you celebrated Shabbat with us. So,
Yes, so
nice to
much.
see all your faces as well. So,
I like the beard. Good.
yeah, thank you. No one else? Is anyone else growing a quarantine beard?
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
No.
Thumbs up on the
Oh,
beard.
shit.
I did do something with my hair.
doing it. Oh, yeah.
It's hard to tell in this light, but I dyed my hair pink.
I don't know how she did it, Rabbi Krosnick. I don't know how Eileen did it, but Rabbi Haig in Vermont, I was at her service 2 weeks ago, and she put us in little rooms. She created like 6 Shabbat Oneg rooms, and then she came and visited each of our rooms. She put us in little, I don't know, it was cool.
We can't do that on this webinar thing, but for maybe next time we could do it on.
Yeah.
We're working on Zoom. There are certain strategies, but when we have meetings,
Carol.
I like that. Maybe we could set up an oneg for people to gather as well.
Yeah, you could do like breakout rooms, but we can't do
that's
that
what
with
she
this.
did, yeah.
Yeah. That's a great idea, Brett.
Yeah, thank you.
This is great. I get to see everybody's living room / dining room / kitchen / everyone's got a beautiful home. You get to see our spare bedroom.
That's our basement wall.
Exactly.
Our backyard.
Oh, lovely.
Fox just went by. Here.
Wow.
Hi, Sophie.
Hi, everybody.
Anyone have a joke?
Everybody.
So cool.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed.
Hi, Jonathan and Jackie.
Hey, Zuckers. Look at you guys. Just like a little picture.
I know.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I gotta go.
Shabbat shalom.
Hope everyone's in good health. And
Shabbat
Mike
shalom.
Kenny.
I
How
saw
you
Mike
doing?
Kenny.
I know.
Brother Kroloff, thank you. Dr. Kroloff, thank you. Marley, nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Great job, dear. There he is.
Thank you for the work you are doing.
Thank you.
Mike, where's your suit?
All right, we're going to eat dinner.
Thank you.
Bye.
Here's Ringo.
Hey, Kenny, why aren't you wearing your
Shabbat
suit?
shalom.
Where's your suit?
See you. Shabbat shalom.
Casual Friday now?
Shabbat shalom, ma'am.
Every day.
They're the best family.
Shabbat shalom, you guys.
Okay.
Wendy, Shabbat
Ready?
shalom, everyone.
Oh, there's Mike. Hi, Mike.
Jerry Rothstein.
Oh, look at that cutie pie.
Oh,
Jonathan, cheers.
Look at that puppy.
Oh,
Hey, puppy.
This is the weekend where many of us were supposed to head down to South.
on Zoom.
So we are, so I see some people like who are planning on being in the South with us. So
Yeah.
if we're planning on doing it next year, we'll go down to Birmingham and Montgomery. So that will be May 1st of next year. So save your date now.
There we go.
So
It's selling.
this weekend. We'll be making it hopefully next year, April 30th and May 1st that weekend.
yes.
So you can join us.
And I was supposed to see Elton John this week at I forget what the Prudential Center. Oh well, Dad.
Well, maybe it's going to do Elton John like sing along right now.
Yeah, we did that already. That was
Oh, you're in
Quorum.
Quorum. That's right.
If you want to hear it again, we have the spiel. We've recorded it for all posterity. We'll see it.
Is anyone making anything delicious for dinner tonight?
We ordered out.
Nice. Awesome. Susan,
We didn't want to
Star,
work,
what you make?
you know.
You're supporting your local businesses.
That's
We
right.
are. There's a great Moroccan
We're gonna have
restaurant that just
falafel.
opened up in Brantford, by the way.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, fantastic.
Oasis, and they have
Oasis.
curbside pickup.
Yeah,
Ooh,
really.
I'm so glad
Best hummus I've ever had.
Old City
Yeah,
Grill
well,
is been
honestly.
closed.
Yeah.
What is?
Susan, I can walk
Old
to your
City
house,
Grill?
so what are you making?
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh,
They're
I
doing
know.
construction.
They were renovating or whatever, but I don't know.
But this place is fantastic. Really,
Oh,
the
good.
best falafel around. It reminds me of
No,
those
Old
beats
City
that were
Grill.
back in the 80s.
Is
Sweet.
that the place to the left of Ambelli?
Yeah, that's right. Correct. It went into there was a steak joint there for a little while, and now it's called Oasis, and it's it's Moroccan. The appetizers are really fantastic.
What is it called?
Oasis.
Oasis.
Oasis. Okay,
This
thanks.
feels like the Seder, right? Like, was this like
It is
everybody's
kinda
Seder
like
was like this?
In the words of our son, every Friday we eat chicken.
And we got from Deli King. They're open.
So Cantor.
Oh.
Oh, Deli King's open. That's good to
Oh,
know.
we have to do that.
If you have leftovers, I'll walk to your house. Susan. So,
Yeah.
Jonathan, I can't hear you. You want to chat? Send it to me in the chat.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Okay.
awesome.
That's the problem. You can only have one conversation at a time, which in my family is just essentially impossible.
Yeah, it's a bit like the Brady Bunch. But what you do, you start on
Right,
your
to look
left.
this way to say hi to
There's
her.
a story of a Westfield temple. Who?
Yeah, I was on. I said that to a group of my managers that I lead, and they kind of looked at me blankly. So I realized that I kind of aged myself because I didn't know the Brady Bunch. Yeah,
Brady Bunch, really?
yeah.
Even
But
when
I
I was a
know.
kid, it was on Nick at Night. Like even like you know.
Yeah, they were just kind of
who
looking at
asked
me like,
you?
okay.
I always think about playing Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
So that's that too. So.
Yeah.
So Marley, can you tell us a little bit about you don't have to how you're holding up in the hospital?
Oh.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's
Have you
it's
seen-
been a little intense.
Has it
but
plateaued or is it
say it again.
has it plateaued or not really in Jersey?
Well,
Marley's at Jersey City Medical Center.
She's gonna soften it for you.
Yeah.
This has been a terrible week.
it's been a really terrible week at the medical center, but we keep feeling like it's plateauing. Our census overall in the hospital went down a little bit, and that was going to be less people holding in our emergency room. So that's why we feel like it kind of is just starting to calm down like the past day. But that doesn't mean that it's
Not
stopped
good,
at all.
right. No,
Yeah.
of course not. Well, thank
Have you guys been able to kind of been able to process for yourselves and your colleagues?
No.
Yeah. See,
No.
that's I know
That's not going to happen for a couple of months, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you should know we are all here. Like
Oh,
our
I know.
hearts are with you.
You guys have been great, and I feel very supported. And I have to say, like, being able to do this is a nice way to kind of like calm the week down for me. So thank you for doing that. Yeah. Thank you.
How's Zoe doing over there?
I know, she's so cute.
Little face.
Now she's too shy.
Hi, Zoe. She's gotten so much hair.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the one good thing we are.
I mean, all of us.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for real.
Has anyone
For real.
done a haircut yet? No one's home haircut.
Yeah, I'm admiring Steve Barkin's hair. That's a nice head of hair.
There you go.
That's a nice head of hair. Yeah, for sure.
It's real.
I'm jealous.
There you go.
The benefit to only cutting my hair twice a year, needed or not, is that
So you're okay now.
Yeah. See, yeah, I haven't cut my hair, and I also obviously haven't colored it, so you can see like where all
Leia cut her own
the
hair.
original recipe is coming back.
Yeah. Leia cut about 4 inches off her own hair the other day.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
I mean, she has a lot of hair, so she's okay.
It's angular.
Yeah, it's very it's an interesting.
It's a look. It's asymmetrical.
Yeah, it's a look. It's not
a look.
pink, but it's a look.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Marsha, how are you?
I had to unmute. Good. Yeah. Quiet week. It's one long day, but I'm glad that we're getting into Shabbat.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a highlight. But everybody's fine.
There's
so-
Elaine.
No complaints.
Good. Good.
Is that Shari Rothstein?
Yes.
Oh, the Shari.
She said she's joined us, but
She doesn't want to unmute herself and say hi?
no, I guess not.
That's fine. You do what you gotta do.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, you guys.
Enjoy your
That's
weekend.
allowed.
Hi.
Great service and a lovely
Thank
evening.
you. Well, we're glad
Thank
that
you.
you're
It's good
here. We're
seeing
gonna say-
everybody.
we're gonna go put our kids to bed.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom. We're so glad that
This is nice. We should do this. We should do this
Again,
now.
definitely.
Yeah, keep doing
I like
this.
to
Keep
break
doing
out
it this way.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Jock and Bass.
Have a great night, everyone. L'chaim. And
L'chaim.
be safe.
Shabbat
Be healthy, everyone.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Be well.
Be well.
No one knows how to get off of it.